This is what Jamie Dimon said about the bond market.
You are going to see a crack in the bond market, okay? It is going to happen.
The bond market is about to crack down. And that means that the United States dollar is about to lose its position as the global currency reserve because it stands on the shoulders of the bond market. And if anything negative happens to that bond market, then you can forget the dollar to be the global currency reserve. And if that happens, it will create hyperinflation in the United States, the likes that we have never seen. So the global financial crisis of the 2008 that shook down the entire US economy will seem absolutely nothing. Even Great Depression will be nothing. This will be by far the greatest crisis in the entire history of the United States. So here in this video, let's try to answer a couple of questions. Why exactly Jamie Dimon, who is the most powerful banker in the world with more data than anyone else besides the Fed, is so worried about the bond market? Why does he believe that in 40 years from now, the United States dollar will no longer be the global currency reserve? That's exactly what he said, that if the trend is going to continue the way it is, and according to his math, then forget the dollar. And thirdly, he said that he is going to make so much money out of it that people will look at JP Morgan and will think that they have created this crisis in order to profit out of it. So he's telling everybody that I am warning you. So you prepare yourself and get ready and take advantage out of it, just like JP Morgan is trying to do. So if you're ready, give this video a thumbs up and let's get right into it. If the current trend continues, in 40 years from now, we'll find ourselves that the total debt will grow to $230 trillion. I honestly cannot even comprehend what $230 trillion is. We're not talking about billions of dollars. We're already talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars. And that kind of debt is unmanageable for most people, which means that the interest payments alone on that debt annually will be $10 trillion. And that means that 38% of the entire government's revenue will be spent on servicing that debt. That number right now is almost 18.4%. Think about that number for a moment. In 40 years from now, given the fact that the trend continues the way it is, almost half of the taxes that will be collected from people who are paying so much taxes is going to go towards paying off just the interest on the debt that the government has borrowed. How do you think the government will be able to pay for Social Security, Medicare, defense, and other expenses? So I guess they will simply abolish the Social Security, even though that you spend your entire life paying payroll tax. This is why Jamie Dimon said the greatest crisis is not China, is not an enemy from outside. The greatest enemy that the United States is facing, it is an enemy from within, that the country cannot come together and start fixing these problems instead of blaming everybody else. And this scenario, considering the fact that the current spending continues the way it is. However, if you look at the history of the United States, time to time it goes through crises and it has to boost spending in order to get out of that crisis. The last one was in 2020. Prior to that, we had a crisis in 2008, then back in 2001 when the dot-com bubble burst. So the nature of the crises within the entire spectrum of the US economy are something normal. What are the chances that the United States will not face a single recession in the next 40 years? Nobody believes that because we have recessions literally every 5, 7, or 10 years. Which means that this number can easily be divided by 2. According to Jamie Dimon, since 2020, in the last 5 years, the government of the United States already borrowed over $10 trillion. The bond market determines how much interest the United States is going to pay on its debt. And given the size of the debt of the United States, you can say that it's important because a single percentage is going to cost the United States at the current debt level $400 billion. And if it's going to be $230 trillion, imagine a single percentage is going to cost the government $2.3 trillion. And that's why it's important to have the faith of investors in the bond market, because based on that, it is going to be determined how much interest you are going to pay. And you can't suddenly just make more money. You can't just force people to pay more in taxes. You can increase taxes up to 50%, but if you raise them more than 50%, then there is no incentive for people to work harder, make more money, because they know that they will have to pay the vast majority of that money back to the government. It makes sense when the country is going through a real crisis, such as World War II, where taxes were increased up to 95%. But during peace periods, you think people are going to buy that? They will literally just leave the United States and just live elsewhere where they don't have to pay that much taxes. And that's why making sure that the trust of investors are there for the United States is so important. If the trust is going to be cracked down, if the trust is going to be lost by investors, it's going to shake the bond market, then the United States dollar suddenly is going to be removed as the global currency reserve. So the more trust there is, the lower interest rates the government is going to pay. The higher the trust is, the less interest the government is going to pay. So the entire budget of the United States depends on the bond market. That's why he's so worried about that there will be a crack in the bond market and it's going to cause a serious crisis. He literally said that, I don't know whether it's going to happen in 6 months from now or in 6 years from now. But if it happens, then we're in a catastrophe. So the only way to fix this problem is to simply restore the faith in the US economy so that investors understand that it's much safer to lend money to the US government. But when they see this relentless, or I would say reckless spending by the government, then they have no incentive to lend money to the US government at such a low interest rate. They will keep demanding higher interest rate because they can literally do the math. These investors are not stupid. They understand that, well, if this is the trend, then I'm not going to make my money back anytime soon, which is why I would rather simply just sell my government bonds. Now, even if you go back to the period of Reagan, who was literally the guy who incentivized the United States to cut as much taxes as possible, he also wanted a very small government. He literally slashed taxes. Like, one of the biggest tax cuts in the entire history of the United States was literally done by Ronald Reagan. But during his time, the debt to GDP ratio was 35%. How much is it today? Just ask yourself. It's 100%. Do you see the scale of the crisis? And it's not about Republicans or Democrats. It's literally what both the parties have been doing the last 35 years. Secondly, the deficit during the Reagan, despite his cut taxes, was 3.5%. Today, it's double that amount at 6.5%. And if this continues, let's say we have a recession, it can easily go to 10% because we know that during any kind of financial crisis, the government just uses that printing press in order to boost the economy and give an incentive for people to work harder, which again creates massive inflation, just like in 2020 that we have seen. Even Reagan wasn't in such a big trouble like we are right now with the current deficit and the current debt to GDP ratio that we have. And that leaves us with a couple of options. We have to cut spending right now. Now, according to Jamie Dimon, we cannot cut the military. The moment that the United States will no longer have the most powerful military in the world, the United States dollar can forget its position as the global currency reserve, because the United States military is everywhere. It's literally controlling the entire world. There are like over 1,000 military bases in every single part of the world. And if somebody speaks against the United States, then you're going to mess with the most powerful military that has ever existed in the entire history of humankind. That's what stands up behind the United States dollar. And if you get rid of that, if you stop spending so much money on the military, you will lose it. You can do that because you have so much money. You are so rich. You are maintaining those military bases. You are producing the most powerful weapons in the world. So we cannot cut spending on the military. In fact, according to Jamie Dimon, we have to increase spending on the military. Secondly, Social Security. Well, currently, we talk about the fact that, we cannot do that because people have paid payroll taxes. They have the right to receive their Social Security payments. But if we don't do anything, if we don't cut some spending, we have no other option. So the only two places we can cut spending is Medicare and Social Security. Because the fourth major spending is, of course, the interest that we have to pay on the debt. That's also something untouchable. Another option is that to raise taxes. But who wants to raise taxes? Do you have a politician who can literally just come out and say that when I become the president, I will raise taxes? What do you think is going to happen to that president? Guess what? He's not going to become president because who wants higher taxes? Everybody wants lower taxes. The middle class, the rich people, the poor people, everybody wants lower taxes. And the problem with taxes is that you cannot tax rich people. Like, you can't tax them because First of all, rich people will lobby their way out in order to lower down taxes. Now, secondly, even if it doesn't matter how you design the tax system, the accountants will come out and figure out to play around with the tax system, and they will end up paying lower taxes. Thirdly, if you increase the tax on the rich people, they have money and they have the freedom. So they will move out to other countries. That's where they will actually establish their businesses. So you're going to disincentivize them and you are going to push them away of the United States. That's something you don't want to do. Are you going to tax the poor people? Well, poor people don't have money. Like, how are you going to tax them? They're barely making the minimum wage in order to just, barely put food on the table. They're not paying taxes. The only people you can tax are the middle class, are the doctors, lawyers, engineers who are working hard and paying the vast majority of the taxes. That's the cost of borrowing so much money. See, if you actually find yourself in a situation where you're filled with debt, you have so much mortgage, student debt, credit card debts, personal loans, the only way out is to cut your spendings as much as possible and make as much money as possible and just live below your means for years until you pay off all of your debts. That's when the faith will be restored back to the United States. So the next generation of people in the US will be paying off the mistakes of the previous generations, which is why I think most people can forget about their social security payments. At least in 40 years from now, mathematically, it's not possible for government to afford that, which is why you should start thinking about investing. That's one of the most important things that you have to keep in mind. But according to Jamie Dimon, the government will borrow its way out of the debt. That sounds so strange. Debt, what got you into this crisis in the first place, and you want to borrow your money out of the debt? That makes no sense at all. Now, according to him, the world is militarizing, which means that every government in the world is spending so much on the military because they want to take over the world and they want to be independent and they want to project power. That means that puts pressure on the United States, which means that the United States now will have to spend even more money on the military. And where are you going to get that money from? Of course, your only source of extra money that you don't have is debt, obviously, which is why governments will start borrowing money, which will force the United States to do so. Every time when you hear the phrase that more money will be borrowed, doesn't matter which country we're talking about, doesn't matter which period of history we're talking about. Every extra dollar in the economy will lead to asset prices rise and the value of wages and savings to go down dramatically. That's what happened in 2020. Think about 2019. Prices back in 2019 and 2020 and prices today. It was like a massive price increase. That's because over $10 trillion were spent and borrowed and spent on the economy. Same thing prior to 2008 and after 2008 financial crisis. So Jamie Dimon is planning to capitalize on this by spending their money on buying the right assets. What do banks do at the end of the day? They have the right to create money out of thin air. What they do is that they take that money and they start buying assets. So when extra money is being printed, where so much debt is being borrowed, the value of those assets are going to rise dramatically. They make their clients a lot of money. They take their clients' money and they buy these assets, and then they will take their cut because they know for a fact that those assets are going to rise in prices. Again, you have to be very careful about the kind of assets you're buying. Some of these assets are going to rise in value and some of these assets are going to drop in value. The only person who can know that difference is a professional investor who can analyze the stock market and analyze stocks, which is why if you want to learn how to do that, you can join our academy and learn that. That is the only way that you can serve yourself and protect yourself. That's how JP Morgan is planning to capitalize on this growth. That's how you should be planning to capitalize on this opportunity. Or your wages will go down, your income is going to go down, and your savings are going to lose most of their value, which is why the vast majority of people are going to lose in this crisis. That's it for today. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.